Instagram is the best platform to get premium clients as a high-end luxury remodeler, and in this video, I'm going to prove why. In a previous video, I was explaining how to get clients with content as a luxury remodeler, and I broke down this fancy looking graph that shows how you go from cold traffic all the way booked estimates to sealed deal. Today's video is going to cover why Instagram is our platform of choice to get cold traffic from. So let me pop back into here real quick. If you've been relying on any of these platforms to run ads or get leads from, so Google, Facebook, YouTube, HomeAdvisor, Angie, and are struggling to get consistent leads, it's not because your ads are bad, it's because the platforms are. Let me explain. Let's start with Google. If you use Google's SEO and search ads, the issue is that these are dependent upon people looking to buy right now. In order for these ads to be effective, people need to actively search remodeler near me. And I want you to ask yourself, how many times have you actually clicked on the sponsored section of Google when you're searching for something? Because when you go to Google, you're searching for the thing that you want to look for, and you don't really care about the ads that pop up on the side. You're not going to really be interested in any of them. And let me explain this as well. When you Google something, all that pops up is a list of a bunch of blue links. So if someone is searching remodeler near me, and you're relying on SEO, the only way to distinguish yourself with SEO is a different little image right here, a different text, and then a different little description. That's all it is. You're just another blue link in a sea of them, and there's no way to distinguish yourself. That's not good. Next, let me explain why YouTube ads aren't that good. YouTube ads flop because most people either skip them after 5 seconds or ignore the 15-second ad. People on YouTube know what they want to watch and aren't interested in ads on videos, period. As a luxury remodeler specifically, you are not going to sell a whole $100,000 remodel on a 15-second ad. And I want to also let you know, if anyone is running an ad block, they're not going to see your ads to begin with. So these videos right here where you have a ad pop up on your video, people are just spamming the skip button as much as they can, or they have ad blocks so they're not seeing these at all. Next, let's explain why HomeAdvisor and Angie aren't the best sites to rely on for leads. While these sites are much better than Google ads, they still face the same problem. They're dependent on people looking to remodel right now. Worse off, you're just another fish in the ocean of contractors on these sites, making it hard to stand out. And it's also worse than Google because there's a much smaller user base than Google. Yes, the people on HomeAdvisor and Angie are actively looking to remodel, but the issue is you are fighting with other contractors because the people looking to remodel on these sites are normally going with the cheapest option. And if you're a luxury remodeler, you are not going to be the cheapest option. These are just some quick stats I pulled from ChatGPT about the amount of people on HomeAdvisor and Angie, and yeah, you can take a look at these. Next, so for all these platforms, unless people are actively searching for a remodeler, you're going to remain invisible or simply get skipped over. Next, we're going to talk about Facebook. Facebook is the first platform with real potential as your content, be it organic content or just ads, can be shown to anyone, and users aren't looking for any one thing normally when they're on Facebook. They're just browsing every bit of content they see, normally looking to be entertained. The problem with Facebook is that it's old, feels clunky, and with that, it has an aging user base. So these are some of the cons according to ChatGPT when I just pulled it up. So if you continue to rely on these platforms to advertise or get leads, you will end up spending way more money on ads for little return on investment. You're going to run out of leads because you're dependent on people looking to remodel right now, and because of all that, you're going to make bad decisions from the stress of not having any business. Luckily, that doesn't have to happen, and this is where Instagram comes in. Where Facebook falls through, Instagram shines. Instagram is a primarily visual platform perfect for showing off visual luxury work. It has an active user base of 2 billion. Actually, I saw a post recently by the CEO of Instagram they have 3 billion active users on the platform per month, which is pretty crazy. Also, content is shown to anyone, not just those actively looking for you. So people on the platform, they can just come across you and discover you and see who you are. And finally, it is a modern platform that is becoming the new standard of marketing, which is what makes Instagram the king of marketing opportunities for luxury remodelers. Now that you know why Instagram is the best, here's a brief overview of how to use Instagram to market your luxury remodeling business. Let's break it down. Starting with ads and organic content. Organic content is just stuff that you post and you let the algorithm show to whoever it wants to show it to. Ads are ads. You intentionally run them. But we're not going to do ads the same way that you have done it before, trying to get people to your website. We are going to run ads to your Instagram profile. And let me explain. We're going to get people to your Instagram profile. I want you to think of your profile as your website. It showcases who you are and what you do, except it is much more active than a website ever would be. Because instead of people having to go through your website and scroll through stuff, they can just go onto your profile. The users on Instagram are familiar with how to use Instagram. They know what a profile looks like, what to search for. They can tell immediately when you have a built out and optimized profile that you are the real deal. From there, your audience is going to you're going to start to get an audience of local homeowners in your area. And everyone who follows you shows a sign of interest, which makes them a lead. Now you have leads coming to you through your paid and your organic content. It gets even better though. Now that you have all these leads following you, you can simply outreach them. You can just DM them. You don't have to do some complex form or anything. No, you just DM them because they followed you. So you're going to talk to those leads on the same platform where they saw your content, so less friction, easier to talk to them. And then you're going to qualify them with a few questions to see if they're ready to work with you. So like, are you in my area? Do you have the budget for a remodel? What kind of remodel are you looking for? And then so stuff like that, just to make sure they qualify. For those who qualify, you're simply going to close them if they're ready. And then if anyone is interested but they're not ready right now, instead of losing them like you would with other platforms, because you're continuing to post organic content, they're going to keep seeing your content and be nurtured until they convert. So if they're not ready, they're interested but they're not ready now, they're just going to get sucked back into this cycle of seeing all of your content and ads, and they're going to see so much of it that over time they will have to go with you, because the more content they watch, the more of your stuff they see, the deeper the deeper desire they have, and the more their interest in a remodel actually grows. And because you have been the one showing them all of this content over time, they are going to go with you because they like you and they trust you. So let me go over some key things to remember when implementing Instagram as your primary marketing tool. Instagram is a visual platform, so your ads and content must have good visuals. As a luxury remodeler, this really isn't too hard. You just show off some of your completed projects. They do 90% of the talking for you, so pretty simple. Next up, ads are to get people to your profile. Organic is to nurture those already there. For ads, you want to speak to homeowners in your area. You want to speak to the pain points that they have. You want to give people a reason to follow you and consider a remodel when they see your ads. Then once people follow you, you want all of your organic content to be stuff that either educates them, stuff that shows them that you know what you're doing, so your completed work, your processes, and finally you want to just give out some opportunities to work with you. And so, hey, if you want to work with me or learn what we could do, shoot me a DM and we'll talk from there. Something like that. Next, you must provide value through your ads and your content. You need to give people a reason to care. If you are just showing off your projects and not doing anything more, you're going to get views and likes, but it'll stop there. You're not going to convert anybody to remodeling with you because they don't really have a reason to. They just like seeing the pretty houses that you build. So you need to give value to get people incentivized and interested in a remodel. And finally, this ad strategy takes time to convert people, but the leads are much better quality. I want you to think about this. When you're using the other marketing platforms, you're trying to take a stranger, get them on your website, and fill out an estimate form immediately. You're trying to take a stranger and immediately ask to invade their home to give them an estimate. That doesn't really result in very good lead quality. Whereas with this strategy, yes, it takes a little more time because we're nurturing them, but every lead that we get is fully nurtured because they've seen a bunch of your content, they've seen what you can do, and they trust you because they've been watching you for a bit of time. So by the time that you actually go to give them an estimate, not only are they going to commit to an estimate a lot easier, they have a much higher chance of closing on the estimate because they're ready for a remodel and they want to go with it. So when you do all of this right, it makes Instagram the #1 platform to get premium clients on. So if you have any questions about how this whole system works, or you're confused about any of the things that I mentioned in this video, feel free to comment them down below. I'll respond to the comments as best as I can. I'm also going to be breaking down the further parts of this funnel that I showed here. So this video is just about Instagram. Next, I'm going to be talking about how to do the qualifying sequence. Then I'll be explaining the ads and the nurturing part, all that stuff. And if you want to learn how you can work with me one-on-one to partner with you and build out this exact marketing system into your remodeling business, go on Instagram and DM me the word funnel and let me know that you saw this video and you're interested about taking the next steps to work with me.